Find your light, follow your soul. Find your way back home. Love a little more, that's your way back home. Bloom.
Oh my God. Her story is so inspiring, and genuinely, her life is about how the show must go on. I have with me Manasi Scott.
Thank you. Thank you. That was very nice. Nicely said. Yeah, the show must always go on.
And I know the diva, the great personality that you have been on stage. How difficult is it as a band member to work with Manasi Scott?
Apparently, it's not that difficult at
No?
all. Yeah, the new ones are very scared when they come in and then they realize I'm
Yeah,
quite
I'm
crazy.
sure.
Yeah, I'm such a nice person.
And I love the way you positioned your brand, Mana by Manasi,
Yep.
where you talk about skin healing, which
Yep.
is clearly beyond skincare.
Yeah,
You have been so successful in collaborating.
I'm open to collaborating. Everyone's not happy to collaborate. I think the only two people who shared the stage with me are Usha Uthup and Nick Jonas.
Ah.
And now, of course, there are a couple other these young kids who are coming. Otherwise,
Yeah.
on stage, it's not easy to be next to me. So I did 180 shows in lockdown in 145 days on Instagram. Got an Inca award for it, and every day dressed up like stage. And we had people logging in from Iceland and Greenland, and that was a great thing. Like, I think we broke the internet. We broke Badshah's record. Sumit Sethi and had 492,000 people log on for one of the shows.
That's important for any artist to have longevity in their career.
Firstly, if you've decided to be in the industry,
Yeah.
the effort has to be there. But I really think destiny plays a huge part. Takdeer hai to hai, ho jayega.
Really?
I think I've done shows with 5 people in the crowd thinking I'm in a 40,000 stadium and he's done that. So I've already won I rehearsed my first Grammy speech when I was 6.5 years old in the bathroom, and I've changed my Grammy speech every year. I've given myself every award in the world. So longevity is
Yeah.
that. You know me for a long time with The Voice. Maybe 3 years ago I'd have been like, Manisha, we have to cancel, The Voice is gone. But now I'm just like, it'll go on. This also learned from him. Just the show must go on.
Our event industry has several performers who put up different acts. Some are illusionists, some are singers, some are performers, dancers. In this episode, my guest is somebody who has truly loved and owned the stage in every sense. She discovered her love for stage at a very young age, and she treats every single date as her first day, whether it's in the studio or on stage. She started off with a lot of stage shows and anchoring shows, went on to songwriting. She's somebody who has collaborated with the who's who, not just from India, but across the globe. A favorite of many as far as corporate shows, concerts, weddings are concerned, and a true live wire. A favorite at every party. She's managed to strike that perfect balance, and today she loves to give in that much of time in trying to find new talent that could take her place and move beyond. A very fun conversation, and absolutely high speed conversation with the very talented Manasi Scott. So, something very interesting for all of you to know. I have had the privilege, honor, and joy of introducing this guest for many years at many shows across the country. And here I am on this couch with her. This time, of course, we both have crossed a fair amount of journey. And I'm here to do a quick recap on that because her story is so inspiring, and genuinely, her life is about how the show must go on. I have with me Manasi Scott.
Thank you. Thank you. That was very nice. Nicely said. Yeah, the show must always go on.
Absolutely. I tell you, it's a comfort zone for me to be sitting with you. And yet it's a bit of an unbelievable moment because I've always introduced you and we've had more interactions off stage and backstage, you
Yeah.
know. And then there was this entire gap of, I think, almost more than a decade. And then suddenly we reconnected,
Right.
and now we keep bumping into each other.
Yeah.
But the one part that I really love is that you and me both have stuck around, have had a good run
Yeah, by
in
God's
this
grace, yes.
in this crazy world of events.
Yeah.
Tell me, in this journey of almost 25 years now, what is the one thing that's remained constant in your life?
Wow. The last 18 years, I'd have to say my son, because he's 18 now. But I think the one constant has been I was taught to be kind always in any situation,
Yeah.
whether it's going up or down or wrong or right, whatever happens. And I think that's now moved into being grateful all the time. So I think that's been a constant, being grateful with
Yeah.
kindness all the time.
Yeah. And how have you changed and molded yourself from the event managers whom we used to deal with in early 2000s, then the teens of this
very
century?
interesting question. I sometimes think I've lived 5 lifetimes in this one life. There used to be before Christ and Anno Domini. I think now it's pre-lockdown, post-lockdown. Then that's that Manasi and this Manasi, and it's been incredible. That it's very weird. The industry has changed so much.
Yeah.
I feel like I've come full circle and restarted my life now. I just did this NMACC concert back with original music, with people looking at me saying, "Oh, you do original music," which I've been doing for 20 years as well. I just feel that I feel younger than I've ever felt before. I feel I've done a lot of work on myself. I've had the privilege of working with healers, doing breath work, discovering batch flower remedies, starting my own skin healing line.
Yeah.
I'm a software engineer, actually. I was on my way to a scholarship abroad. I was top of my class, and my father was a surgeon, a pediatric surgeon. My mother's got a hospital. I'm a product of 2 straight A super specialists. And my amazing father said, "Stop this engineering BS and go sing songs."
Wow.
And it started there, and then it just became one of those things that it was such a privilege to be able to do it and to have the backing that I did.
Yeah.
That every few years a show comes along which completely revamps who I am as a person.
Yeah.
And I just feel it's younger and younger and younger and younger, and feels good. I mean, can you imagine? I was telling you, Ken Ghosh's son is in my band.
I swear.
Vipin Aneja's daughter singing with me. So I've worked with the fathers, and now I'm with the kids in the back. Can you imagine? That's really cool. Yeah.
And do you make sure that they all pronounce your name correctly? It is Manasi.
It's 2 different meanings, actually. Mansi is, I think, Gujarati for pleasing to the heart and mind. But Manasi was a name that my parents thought of very carefully from an Eva Indrajit play. I think it means the ideal woman, but it also means Saraswati. In fact, it's so funny sometimes on stage when they're chanting Mansi, Mansi, I stop them. It's Manasi. Then there'll be a 2-second pause with the crowd, and then they'll go Manasi, Manasi. So I do that as well on stage. So
so then I got away easy.
Yeah, but it is. Your first names are your names, and they matter. So I've learned that over the years, and
Absolutely.
so it's Manasi.
And would you say that you have been an ideal woman?
I try.
Yeah.
The only thing I can say is when I look at my son and how he is, and the kind of man he's turned out to be, I think I could say that I have been an ideal woman. Yeah.
Lovely, lovely. I see like this twinkle in your eye and the sense of pride when you're talking about your son. It's been commendable to see you manage to not just stay glamorous, but look so awesome.
Thank you.
And a mommy of an 18-year-old and to manage all of this by yourself. Like,
single-handedly. A single mom, but it's been good. It's been a good ride.
It's been a good ride. Tell me, how has the last few years been for you? Because I feel it's been a whole new discovery mode for you. And now with your business, like you're a full-fledged entrepreneur. And I remember when we interacted just a few weeks back.
I love that name, like entrepreneurs come in now. It's lovely.
And I love the way you positioned your brand, Mana by Manasi, where you talk about skin healing, which is clearly beyond skincare. And you were so upbeat and so sporting to be in a room that was filled with wedding planners. and many of them are planners of as young as, like, probably their companies are just 7 to 8 years old. And here you are, and I know the diva, the great personality that you have been on stage. And here you were wanting to just be and belong to a room. And you could let go of the artist. How
I-
did you make that switch?
I
You know,
can't believe you're saying that because I've never had stage fright, but this was frightening. Like I didn't know what to do. Should I talk about my product? Should I say I'm single? But then it just you guys were so lovely and so accepting that I did it, and it was a very good exercise for me.
Yeah.
Because I've realized that you could put up stalls and you can sell things, but as a person who's built the brand, when you talk about it,
Oh.
it's very different because there's so much that's gone into the name of the brand, the products, where they grow, what's happening.
Yeah.
So I'll start with the last few years. I'll actually start with circling back to your earlier question. You know, when my son was born, I think singing was never a job or a career move. It was just something that I had. Then naturally happened in 2005, and I said, "Wow, now there's the business of music. Now there's releasing songs." But it was always it was tougher for women in the early years because that age old adage that when a man throws a tantrum, he's just asserting himself. When a woman does it, she's crazy.
Yeah.
So coming from that to then having a child who suddenly just brought this completely different dimension to me performing, which I started singing for the joy of it.
Yeah.
And then everything else melts away.
Yeah.
And with that lockdown, which was tough on everybody, and of course, like I said, I'm a privileged single child of two incredible parents. I just decided that the only thing that can move the world into any sort of joy at that time is music. So I did 180 shows in lockdown in 145 days on Instagram, got an Inca award for it, and every day dressed up like stage. And we had people logging in from Iceland and Greenland, and it was just one of the most. I can't do 5. Look at the voice. I can't do 5 back to back now, but we did 118 145 days.
No way.
And it was a beast that just took over. It was just it was a magical experience. It taught me so much about the voice, and that just changed everything. We've been told, "Uncha gao, yahan pe gao, ye karo, sing like so and so, sing like so and so." This just became me discovering music that I'd never heard before, and coming into my own as a performer. And it was a very tough time for all of us to go through, but I think I emerged as somehow people saw me for the performer that I was. And that was a great thing. Like, I think we broke the internet, we broke Badshah's record, Sumit Sethi, and had 492,000 people log on for one of the shows. So it was great. It was great to do that. And now that, and now that's what I'm saying, like I've come full circle, new life beginning.
Yeah.
Then post 2018, I lost my father, and Big Pharma, like he's a surgeon and my mother's a doctor. I saw Big Pharma do nothing. It was a terrible, terrible last few months with him, and I decided, I've not even taken a Disprin in the last 5 years for a headache. The only chemical that's gone into my system is the vaccine, and one shot of it. The human body is 100% a regenerative system. If bones can break at a frequency, bones can join at a frequency, or scars heal, skin heals. So that thing started, and I'm a mountain girl. I've grown up in Bhutan and the Himalayas and Pithoragarh, army brat.
Yeah.
And I happened to enter Web3 with Metastar, and met this incredible person who has a lot of faith in me, whose wife was speaking to me about some ailments, and I was studying frequency healing and products, and something happened, and I think the next day she was pain free, so she called me and said, "We have this company and we want to invest in you, and let's do these products." And it just so happened that these are those kind of products that are grown above the tree line in the Himalayas, which are super, super foods for the body. So I discovered sea buckthorn when I was pregnant, and I don't have a single stretch mark. So that's like your reverse aging, berry, then rosehip, and the products. So it wasn't more like you're calling me an entrepreneur, but it was just about, again, reminding people to heal themselves.
Oh,
and
but
now
so you found them, they found you.
It just happened, and and the thing is, when things come to me, I listen very carefully. So someone says we have this factory in the Himalayas in Una, and we do this and we do that. I said, I don't want to work with these products. Can we do apricot? Can we do sea buckthorn? Can we do rosehip? And I want to do oils and creams and power packed stuff.
Yeah.
So I worked with reverse aging, taking away wrinkles and creams, and worked with burns. Worked with, basically, people want to look younger. My hair has grown out like this only with my sea buckthorn, and I'm in menopause and I have alopecia. So I'm literally a walking, talking example of the product.
Yeah.
And then we stumbled upon the king of it all. My rosehip with my lemon soap actually takes off makeup in one go. So these things which
I'm taking that one for sure.
Yeah. So, just started it online. Otherwise, I would have a goodie bag for you as well. So, dheere,
Sweet.
building a business is
But how many years did it take you all to
I started
make these
working.
products?
So the products has taken the last 1 year.
Okay, not bad.
Because we know these things. But I've been working on learning about healing and skincare,
Yes.
regimens for a long time. And I've been, my son had knee surgery, and from day 2, he's seen me heal my dislocated knees and everything back on my own. Didn't take a painkiller from day 2, and we worked with the apricot cream on his, surgery and everything.
Huh.
So I've worked with this. It's a unisex brand. It's a brand for all ages, from acne to everything else. If people just start to try it, they're not going to go to anything else.
Oh.
So
And yet you managed to take out time and give that precious time to a young band, young musicians, and help them find their true calling.
yeah.
How is the experience working with teenagers, Manasi?
I love how you're jumping. I'm the only one who jumps conversations. Like 1 year close to that. Now we're back to singing. So the band is my band. I have Enrico. He's the youngest saxophonist in it. But this band is my steady band.
It is.
I found them recently. Actually, we're a big band. I mean, we did Priyanka and Nick's wedding, and I have some musicians from there that came in as guest artists.
Interesting.
But this band is the core band because we're one of those few bands that don't use any tracks, or we're a completely live band. And the NMACC called. They'd heard one of the other shows, and at the same time, the what's happening in the country right now with Indian artists on stage not really bringing it. So I decided, rather than we have to be united as a community, so not to diss other artists, but to show that the stage is an earned space. It's not 10 million views on Instagram. The stage demands another beast altogether. And just to show the music industry that there's so much talent in the country that they're not scouting, I said, chalo, walk the talk. And so there were 6 singers that I kind of trained for this show. The youngest was 12 years old.
Oh my.
15. And like I said, kids of parents I was working with. It was a mammoth effort. And here's the thing I realized, when I'm singing, it's on autopilot. But I was standing off the side of the stage because all of them wanted me there. And somehow people thought that was a very nice karmic thing. No, it was my show. And I had to really concentrate on these kids. If they went off, I had to go and sing. But they were beautiful. And watching them and listening to what happened there, realized the beauty of what had transpired without me even thinking about it. And I finished the last song. We've done a lot of originals. We did an ode to Bombay in the beginning, and I thanked the crowd. We sold out. We ended with a party, and we finished the show. I'd call everybody out, and then there was a standing ovation. And that just, I've lost the voice, I've lost everything, but I'm so happy and so grateful that this transpired. That there were people that could bear witness to it. And at least I'm doing what I've been talking about.
Yeah.
And I hope to take this places with many more artists.
No, it's commendable, because actually when we are interacting with artists, musicians, be it singers, we are constantly discussing about their career graph. And here we are sitting together discussing about what can potentially be career options and a career graph that can go upswing, because somebody who's a pro. And you're so right in pointing out singing, in studio, and lip syncing for a music video versus being on stage and bringing that real element power and sounding in tune. And people are constantly judging you, and you have to keep them captivated. It's a different skill set. Completely.
It is.
And why do you think is it only lack of not being able to scout for talent? We don't have time to find this kind of talent, and thus we are going a little amiss in terms of getting the right talent out.
I know where the music labels and companies come from. I know the time and effort it takes into building an artist, but the scouting bit is majorly lacking in India. And what happened before social media came on like a big beast is that we got shows because we sang by the seat of our pants. I mean, you're talking about 150,000 people right now for Coldplay. KK and I used to do shows for 100,000 people in Pune. So we've done that. We've done shows. I've done the World Military Games opening, the IPL show opening. And it was because we were that good on stage. In fact, I brought that even into my last album. I had Mika on it. I had Palash on it. Ashish Manchanda produced it. I didn't sing it traditionally. It took me 3 years to put down vocals because each song was sung maybe 93 to 153 times, because every time I drop a note, I had to go back to the start. There was no cut and paste in that album. So even when I'm doing a recording of a song, when I'm doing my own work and not someone else's, because time matters to everybody, I've never done cut and paste so that I can deliver that song exactly like that on stage.
No way.
So I think it's laziness and it's stage. my band sometimes posts, we did a show, we launched the Taj Siddharth in Goa, and it was 40 degrees. And I can't stop jumping when I'm on stage. You've seen me, right? My band had taken off their jackets, their shirts, and they write things like cardio workout with Manasi. So for me, and the stage requires that kind of energy.
Stamina.
And I've never understood why you'd want to get up onto stage and do anything less than present.
Perfect.
Your hair, your outfit, your clothing, you might not have 16 dancers behind you, but the way that you interact with the crowd. Half the time I see people looking at each other, then I have people I just found out now that people in India are using, what are they called, pitch correctors live on stage.
Yeah.
What is the point? And it's not that it's wrong or right. It's that you will never connect with a live audience. That you need to be live with a live audience. It's just the way the cookie crumbles.
Yes.
So I would just say you hit the nail on the head, that there needs to be a little more effort into scouting talent. And when there is somebody telling you that they are the stage, they are better, give them a little bit of respect and come there, turn up, because it is your job.
Yeah.
So I'll keep showing people, me and others, and we'll see where we go.
How difficult is it as a band member to work with Manasi Scott?
Apparently, it's not that difficult at all. Yeah, the new ones are very scared when they come in, and then they realize I'm quite crazy.
Sure.
Yeah,
because that's just your vibe and aura. You know it.
Yeah,
when you
I'm
enter the
such a
room,
nice
everyone's
person.
like intimidated. Oh, Manasi is here.
I'm such a nice person.
Which you are, but until one
They
breaks
know
the
you.
ice with you,
Yeah.
you just like to carry yourself like,
Really? Still do.
Yeah, always. And that's one thing constant besides the way you maintained yourself and
Right.
you look awesome then and you look awesome now. Besides that, this whole aura game has been your game. And I like it, honestly.
Second nature.
Yeah. I think it comes naturally
Yeah,
to you. You're not trying to put up an act.
No, never.
It's just you.
It's just me.
Tell me, is your son interested in any of what you do?
Oh, he plays the drums. He plays the
Yeah.
guitar. He's a basketballer, but he's learned everything. My dad used to play the drums and sing. My mom used to sing. And when he's just come back from Vegas from his
Yes.
academy, and I bully him for 3 days in a month. You will come. So he was there for the NMSCC show.
Oh, he
He's there,
was?
he's there for the big ones. And I asked him straight up at the end of it, I said, "Were you proud?" And he said yes, and that was it.
Oh,
And he was
sweet.
really proud, apparently. And I actually, the first song I wrote was when I was by myself. All of it together was when I was pregnant with him, 5.5 months.
Mm.
And I actually told him to put off the audience lights and say, "Don't embarrass my son, but this song is about my son." So I did all those things, and he kind of sat there, took
So
it. He was very good.
cool.
A lot of his friends came as well, and it was good.
And how easy is going to be for him, do you think, if he decides to
Oh,
get
he's
into
he's already
same
done stage
space?
with me, Natural Born.
Yes.
But he wants to continue basketball, so I'm hoping he's India's first export. He got a scholarship for this Gap Year Academy.
Oh,
So the dream right now is to play basketball. So
excellent.
support him.
And yeah, I can see that it's
Yeah.
not shaking you up that
Mhm.
no. Mera sapna. Mera beta pura
I didn't
karega.
even know his subjects in the 12th and the 10th standard. I'm that kind of mom. So yeah, as long as he's happy, he looks back at these years and he thinks he's happy, that's all there is to it.
Oh.
So
Who do you think in recent times, from the younger lot of, say, the YouTubers, example, whose work have you kind of liked, or as a performer, if there's an artist who's
you
really
stumped me with YouTube because I don't watch it.
you don't?
I don't. My son does. I know. Can you imagine? I have nothing to say about YouTube.
And that's because you are that consumed in your professional engagements, or you're
No,
not
I
a
don't
big
know.
fan of?
I'm just. I don't know. Maybe it's the interface that
Yeah.
never really excited me too much to go on.
Yeah.
Having said that, definitely when I hear about, and now everybody's on social media, right? So
Yeah.
you want to see a Taylor Swift concert, you can see it on OTT platforms. So I do get to know, and then I do check out YouTube to watch that concert.
Fair.
Speeches in the Grammys that have made
Yes.
made waves, or a great concert. And I've always been a Cher fan.
Oh, you have.
She was just the most phenomenal on stage.
Yeah.
I was raised on Led Zeppelin
Wow.
and rock music. So my first band was called Dark Water Fixation when I was 15 years old.
Really?
Yeah, all that happened. And I would say in recent years, I think the joy that I see with Taylor Swift on stage is just phenomenal.
Yeah. Do you think it's also about showmanship when you see her shows and many
Absolutely.
other artists? It's beyond just being a good singer. Is it? Do you feel that?
Beyond, I mean, not just she's a poetess. She's probably going to get some literary awards as well. Her lyrics
Yeah.
are phenomenal,
Hmm.
and how she's grown as an artist, and she's fabulous. And of course, Coldplay are phenomenal as well. These are all people that do interesting things on stage.
Yes.
And I never got to see Michael Jackson or Prince. I thought they were phenomenal in their time.
Oh, absolutely.
But I've watched Coldplay live. I haven't seen Taylor live as yet.
Yeah.
And in another era, I was also raised on the Alan Parsons Project. And out of every show that I've ever seen that was the most pristine, Alan Parsons was a recording engineer for the Beatles,
Okay.
for Abbey Road, and for Dark Side of the Moon. So he did
Mhm.
that 360 surround sound. He did some 720 something for him. So we were in a bubble of sound. Concerts that leave you like. So these have been very inspirational. So when I put it all together, yeah, showmanship on stage is huge.
It's huge.
But your notes have to be pristine, and even if your notes are not, if the voice is down, you still bring it to the stage. You'll change it, or you'll take it down, but the show must go on.
The show must go on. How do you feel about the way our artists are performing? And I feel that there are so many corporate shows and weddings happening across the country all the time.
Yeah.
I think this is the best time to be an artist. And that's what
Yeah.
every event manager keeps saying, especially with the hospitality riders that come in and we're like, oh, I wish I was an artist. I wish I could sing. Tell me, when you see the kind of show a singer puts up, do you feel that we have not evolved enough from the time that, in a lot of ways, I feel the event space, set designing space, the type of venues now available has just been getting better and better. The kind of destinations we travel to, audience awareness is tremendous. But in terms of the final output that a band delivers for a corporate or a wedding show, I feel may have perhaps just been round about the same that I probably witnessed 15 years back. Do you feel the
No,
same
I think
way?
it's changed quite a bit. Like I now see people wearing clothes and not just looking like they've woken up from bed and come onto stage. And there are suits for the men, and there are AVs with their names on them, and which we were doing 20 years ago already.
Yeah.
So yeah, now I do see, but I think that's also happened because everybody's had to up their game,
Yeah.
and they're still not reached where they should in terms of the money that they make. People like me, with the money I make, what I put out and the money they make, they should be putting out 100 times better, content. But at least they're trying. It's coming out slow and easy. But I really think a lot of people are, if they want to be a live artist, are wasting a lot of energy on social media.
Yes.
So that
So true.
like it takes a lot of effort to be on stage, and it is a continued process and effort. So with that respect, I think people who could be potentially far better should just kind of have a social media team and work with that and really concentrate on live gigs.
Yeah. And improve their show.
Yeah.
The 2 hours that they are performing, which also means that it becomes, your part. You need to invest back. Is that how most artists work?
No, it's just that, well, the education, I think like you said, the young ones are just so interested in the number of likes and followers. I mean, you take these big festivals that we have, you see what the international artists put on and what the Indian artists put on. There's chalk and cheese.
Yes.
But then Nick Jonas and Priyanka Chopra decided I would perform with them at their wedding. So and I've done that. So when you see those videos, you'll see. I mean, the Jonas Brothers do not sing with another band, but they sang with us. So it's there for everyone to see when it's there, but because I'm not going after the 10 million followers, and so I'll keep, and I don't mean it in a bad, I mean that it will take a lot of energy from me, which I want to keep giving to the live stage area and to creating music. And in the last couple of years, I released a song with Anish Kera. I'm doing an entire album with Sid Kuto, doing Punjabi, doing English. 9XM bought out Kitthe Chali right after lockdown. Sold the song after many years. An artist got to do that. Okay, we didn't put a 20 lakh budget behind it, but I've never done that. It's for the people who want to hear it. They're there. In 2009, I did Khatti Meethi for Sanjay Gupta's Acid Factory. The only singer who's composed the song, written it, sung it, and done the item number on stage. And MSN viewers voted it to be the number 2 song of 2009. So the shows happened. So I've done these, unique things which move the career forward. And I've just decided now that There are beautiful venues like the NMACC, and there is
Yes.
money now involved.
Mm.
That it's now time to start creating a concept show. Now the dancers are coming back in and everything's happening. So it's good fun.
It is a lot of fun, but you're right. It's a lot of investment of your time and complete dedication where you almost need to isolate yourself and not worry about the likes and
Yeah.
the followers and subscribers
Yeah.
and focus purely on the art of it,
Yeah.
the craft of it. But at the same time, going into something which is very tricky,
Yeah.
but benefit to today's artists, which is technology,
Yeah.
where suddenly everything is become easier.
Yeah.
I'm sure recording a song and bringing it out is quicker.
That's true. And
Yeah.
live stage now, we're not called tantrum queens for asking for a tech rider, because now everyone's asking for it. It used to be because I'd land up, I'd ask for a Shure SM58 mic and I'd get a Sennheiser. And then these sound engineers would name all the top female singers in the country and say, but she uses
She's
this.
using it.
Those days I used to be like, then get off. Now I go, one sec, bhaiya. Then I'll belt out a rock song, an English song, a Hindi song, a Punjabi song. And I'm like, do they do this? Aapka mic aa jayega. So it's like that now, now we've been through an era where we've been, I mean, the demands now are so much more than what we had. But
Yeah.
it's easier definitely to record a song, again, if you don't want to put effort into it.
Yeah.
But that the quality, everything just sounds the same now.
Yeah.
I've just started doing ad film music production as well. I've finished 6 ads for Zoya Jewels. I've done 2 for Reliance, ArcelorMittal, Nippon Steel. And I think the clients love me because they'll send me this brief of lines and I can put any word to song. So I'll give them full songs, full 2-minute songs. And they now realize what they get from other people and what they get from me.
Yeah.
And that does take effort and experience and, an understanding of the craft. So that I take my time with. But say if I'm working with another DJ, I have to go on their timeline. I've got a song coming out with Rink, and I write all my music.
You do.
So-
Listen, when you get into writing, okay, now there are a lot of artists who are just singers, purely singers. Is it an effort to kind of explore that side, and you may or may not get there, or for you it's been
It's
just
been a
been you?
cakewalk. I think the biggest advantage has been that I never learnt any sort of formal music singing training or an instrument. So the rules that
Yes.
musicians are government, they don't apply to me.
Exactly.
So I just need a concept and a word and the song comes out.
Oh my God.
So,
So how does one try to do that today if they want to
With
get
this
into
voice?
songwriting?
Today as in for people.
Yes,
um,
yes. If there is a young talent
just
who's
don't follow the rules. Just do your thing, because if you start going into, if you have to learn technically, then
Yeah.
you have to learn. If you have to learn the software, if you have to learn. But if you're a songwriter, write from your heart. Write what you feel. The music to it will always come with the people that are proficient with music. Sometimes I'll start with a chord and I'll just sing something out. Sometimes something affects me, I'll write about it. Sometimes there's joy, sometimes there's closure, sometimes there's a brief given. But I'll write it any which way that I want to. That's the coolest thing that I've learned. And then I'll see what I can put to song. And if you're a singer-songwriter,
Yes.
you have to just shut the noise out and do what you want to do. And then get a good bunch of musicians that understand your sound. But you have to know it
Yes.
first. If you're just a songwriter, then you've got to work with the brief given to you.
Right.
And if you're a performer,
Huh.
whether you write a song or whether you don't, you sing. This whole thing about not singing a cover in a country where a music director is making a song, a playback singer is singing it, and an actor is lip syncing it.
Lip-sync.
Kiska original? I never understood. So for the singers who want to sing, just sing.
Sing. Yeah. Don't try
And,
anything.
just sing. And
Don't
then-
act. Don't act.
Yeah, no, don't let anyone tell you that you should do this and not sing that song or not do this song. Just sing.
Oh.
So, and if you want to be a performer on stage, you don't have to be a songwriter. You find a team that does it for you.
For you. I guess
Yeah.
that's where the confusion happens,
Yeah.
right? When you listen to too many people
Yeah.
having different suggestions, and
Yeah.
you probably lose track of what you want to do
Yeah,
in
and
the
that,
whole game.
and that
Because you're constantly watching who's doing what on Insta or any
exactly. That's where artistry is just losing itself, because a trend is not about you as an artist. It's about something you're copying.
Yeah.
There are some content creators that are doing fantastic
Sure.
stuff and keeping their ethos there, but just the noise, and even if it's 1,000 likes versus 1,000,000, do what you want to do and do it well.
Tell me, one important part of your journey, which I feel has been a constant, is the fact that you have been so successful in collaborating
Yeah.
with different
Yep.
people. Tell me, how do you reach out to them, or do you look out for them, and
They just come.
what is it about Manasi that everyone is happy to collaborate with you?
I'm open to collaborating. Everyone's not happy to collaborate. I think the only two
Mm.
people who shared the stage with me are Usha Uthup and Nick Jonas.
Ah,
And now of course there are a couple of these young kids who are coming. Otherwise,
Yeah.
on stage, it's not easy to be next to me. And of course, the actors have always been very, very gracious. I love collaborating. I love another mind coming into it. I love learning. I love exploring, experiencing, and then people just come into my life,
Hmm.
and then they hear what I can do, and then we keep repeating things, and
Yeah.
it just happens.
Yeah.
In fact, all if you don't have the same band with the same musicians, because all of our musicians work with different people,
Yes.
it's always a collaboration.
Yeah.
And my musicians for the show are so happy because what happens is they're told to play something that exists the way it's supposed to be played. And I just tell them the show changes it. Let's do it this way. Let's do it that way. Let's move this way. So
Mm.
each of my musicians are so happy that they get to be free.
Yeah.
And it makes a big difference.
It
So
does.
I'll suddenly learn something from someone else, and then I'll work with this, and then I'll hear a beat, and it's great fun. Yeah.
I feel it also stems from the fact that there's this constant urge that you have within yourself of grabbing something new, and wanting to, because any new spice that gets added,
Yeah.
the taste and the flavor and
Yeah.
everything changes
Yeah.
along with it. Which also means that there is a constant urge to keep experimenting. What is the last experiment that you would have done
Actually-
in your space, which
Actually, I wouldn't say it's a constant urge to experiment. It's just
Mhm.
one beautiful life you've been given. It has to be an adventure. You've got to live large. You've got to dance hard. Got to love strong. Got to do everything. Bungee jump. I've done it. Like I played 16 sports. I'm national level in 9 sports.
oh
I'm a
my
black belt in
God.
karate. I now do Muay Thai. I'm a national level show jumper. I had a horse. I ride bikes. I drive from here to the Himalayas and back.
Wow.
Ever
And you
ready.
still play sports actively?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still training in Muay Thai.
Mate. Change your name. Change the name of your brand also. No,
Yeah.
Mana by Manasi,
Mana-
Mate.
Mana means occult healing, actually. Yeah, I'm an ever-ready battery, jumping up and down.
Yeah.
I just recently so I have this wonderful, wonderful friend. We're all army brats. So I
Ah.
love Vidyut Jambal. He's one of my closest friends.
Ah.
And he's this person who's put me on these things, that the body can do anything. So I've just come off a 55-hour fast. I've never fasted in my life. And I'm on a water fast, and I just realized very sadly, I don't need food. I was bouncing off the walls without food as well. So it's just, I think,
You
in me-
haven't eaten. for
not
the-
now, 2 days ago. I
Yeah.
broke fast 2 days ago
Yeah.
for 55 hours. I just was on water. And I didn't
And
know
you
how
were
I
fine?
did it. I was fine. And I felt so bad. My relationship with food has changed. I'm so respectful now. I'm like, please, nice food. And there are people who eat to live.
Yes.
And I live to eat. I'm half Sardar, half Tamram.
Ah.
So I think the newest
Khatarnak
yeah.
combination.
So this is the newest experiment. I'm listening to Vidyut a little bit. He's taught me how to blow the shank.
Hmm.
So now we enter shows with the conch, which is another
Yes.
cardiovascular
And
coherence.
he taught you that,
Yeah.
really?
Next, I'm thinking of learning the didgeridoo,
Oh my.
and it's a totally different. I recently learned the 8 spiritual breaths, which is another breathwork system in the body. I'm just amazed with my brain, body, and what it can do and what it can't. And every day is like a new thing.
I'm just amazed of
Yeah.
this is just a statement
This
here.
is the
and
show
you're
that should
living-
go on.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah, you know me for a long time with the voice.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 years ago, I'd have been like, Manisha, we have to cancel. The voice has gone. But now I'm
Yeah.
just like, it'll heal. It'll go on. This also learned from him. Just the show must go on. Don't stop it, and don't that's
There
it.
is clearly no stopping.
no stopping me.
Manasi.
And now, in the early days, it was like, oh, you have so much energy. Calm down. Now I'm
Yeah.
like, listen, you can remove yourself from the room.
Hmm.
This is going to be this. Yeah, I was born on New Year's Eve. Now, can you what more to tell you?
Ah.
Party in the flesh.
Does. Does. Tell me, a very natural progression and aspiration
Yeah.
for a lot of singers is always that, okay, I'll get into a reality show because that's a great platform. Then
Yeah.
I will get into playback because
Yeah.
that's really like the, most of the singers, in India have that as the ultimate, goal
Yeah.
that, okay, if I do this,
Yeah.
then I have arrived,
Yeah.
How has your experience been in the space of playback And what is your learning been? That is it worth that whole effort? And did you really put in that much time, or you were happy with the whole tag of being the independent, singer and
I've
allowing your stage shows?
never tagged myself. Independent artist is also a name that's been given to us by the industry because
Yeah.
we don't do film music. I started with an international album when I was still in college
Huh.
with an Australian music producer and poet.
Oh.
Um,
How did you get that
Darshanam,
opportunity?
somebody sent me in a classical music audition, and there was a foreigner there, and I sang Whitney Houston, and he said, "People like you exist in India. You'll be on a." So I did English on a classical album. So whatever comes to me, I go for it.
Okay.
I did my first playback song in the South for a movie I acted in. There's a
Mm.
movie called Snehdi, and I sang a song called Uttedi Padele.
Huh.
So I've done a lot of playback. I've sung for Yuvan Raja.
Yeah.
When it comes to me, I do it.
Hmm.
Having said that, it is a very closed industry.
Hmm.
Playback singing depends on the person making the music.
Yeah.
Making the music depends on the producer of the film. So I have not really made that much of effort because
Hmm.
I've been in the industry, and I've been in the industry where I had to go, at least 10 years ago, was told to sing like someone. Songs are not being made for me. Now I'm capable of making the songs myself. So now, like I said, we've done ad film music.
Yeah.
We're doing film music. I just did a show with Vidyut Jamal called the Action Hero Fitness Awards, where I was the sound. I designed the sound of the whole show.
What does
And
that mean?
I did the walk-in music, the title song for it. The show, you Deserve More. Created it
this
on
song.
with a wonderful producer called Lover Trigger.
Uh-huh.
So I've already now a producer just needs to find me and say, please be the music director of a film. We have so many songs, interesting songs, new sound, new people that I'm working with. I mean, Anish Gera, who I did Bloom with the last video that we did. I got a Vivo channel from YouTube. He's India's export to Ministry of Sound. So there are these people, these incredible people that are there. And the film will be the next step. So the effort that I have to make, I'll have to go meet people and make them hear the music, which is... you have memories from way back when. You don't want to go there, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what,
But it's changed. The people have changed.
You
Things have
think?
changed. Yeah, I've done. I've acted in films.
Yes.
Was opposite John Abraham in Jhutai Sahi. Was the
Yes.
villain in Bhag Johnny. So all these things come. So when the work
Yeah.
comes, I do it.
Yeah.
I actually have done reality. I've done an Emmy-nominated reality show called The Remix on Amazon Prime. And that's where I met a lot of these DJs and producers. And everybody. And when I said yes to the show, everybody at Amazon Prime was like, there's Sunidhi judging it and so and so. And I was like, forget the judges. You were giving me money to make a song on your dime, giving me studio space, giving me a stage, giving me to perform it. I'm in. And I thought I'll get eliminated in two. You know how it is. You don't sing Hindi correctly like that. But we again got a standing ovation. Our episode was Emmy nominated. And I lost the voice actually in the middle of the show because they were very, very tough hours. But I told my mother I'd be out in 2 episodes. Managed to survive 5.
Now
Got noticed. And put all these judges in their places also. And really learnt a lot. Really learnt a lot with that show. It was a beautiful show. I wish they'd carried it on. But it was a great experience. So done that. I do want to do Jhalak and what are those dance shows? I want to dance on stage. I love it now.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
I think even acting was a great career option, which I
Yeah.
wish you had gone into full-fledged.
I want to, please.
Now you can.
I've got Love Bites 2 as a web series on air on Sony Live.
Actually, OTT has become like this great big space, right?
And I
for
entered
great
comedy
actors.
with Shreyas Talpade and Keku Sharda in a show called Baby Come Now on Alt Balaji. So I've done lead roles in all these. So as and when it comes, I go for it.
And how big a team is required to make Manasi able to jump from one stage to an OTT platform to songwriting?
Such a crucial question. We just had this discussion after the NMACC show. I've always been the kind that's done everything on her own. And it's been a huge learning curve to understand that if I have to up my game now in this environment, I sing, I perform, the team is there. And slowly and steadily a team has come. I've got these young kids who are my social media team. I have an old choreographer friend who was in my second video, Savio Barnes, who's come back as my manager.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's managing me and he's getting me back into dancing. I now have like a fantastic 9-piece band, sound engineers, there's just now a team. And it's amazing. We just did CNBC TV 18 Future Female Forward, and again the people are asking me to do my original music, which not many people know about. So I think when I'm just giving what is it called? Allocating jobs to the
Yes.
people that are supposed to do it, then I'm being heard better and being seen better.
Yes.
Hard lesson to learn because you're trying to control all of it. Okay, Manasi, keep quiet. They'll do it. They'll handle it. So Savin will calmly say, Manasi, I'll do it. That's my job.
This is a blessing and a boon.
It is.
Sometimes it's not good to know everything,
Yeah.
know, because then you want to control how the other one is doing
Yeah,
it.
because when we started the industry, because
we were
yeah,
all at self-help.
yeah, we were all
we never got a photograph of any show that we did.
Can you imagine? And we were all educated and we came from affluent families.
Yes.
There was, by God's grace, I had no struggle, and except for trying times in the industry and illnesses and things. I was back on stage 29 days after delivery. I performed till my 8th month. So that's the person that I am. And because we didn't have that support system at that point in time.
Yeah.
Now I'm very clear. I've never backed out of a show even with a sore throat. The show really must go on. I performed in 102 fever. I remember coming back onto stage when Zizou was 29 days old, and I was leaving. It was an HSBC show, and I was leaving to perform, and he started crying. And I told the client, wait, breastfed, went back. So I'm that person.
Why would you not want to take a break then also?
I was the breadwinner, and I had to support my family at that time, and I didn't not that I needed to. My parents were there, but I love the stage. I love it. I love being there. And Zizou grew up, like, when he hears loud music, he goes to sleep, sadly, because he's so comfortable, because I was on till my eighth month. And I love the stage. It's a privilege. It's a blessing. There's nothing in the world like being on stage.
Yeah. Which one would you say has been like your ultimate all-time high on stage?
Oh, many.
Which I know, tough one to pick, but
standing ovation at NMACC now.
Yeah, I'm sure that's and that also when you
got new people. That was the best part of it. And original music.
It's a kick.
and people calling to ask me which that song was because it was original and they loved it.
Oh.
And definitely Priyanka Chopra, Nick Jonas choosing me over everyone else. And Nick, when I met him, he was like, no, we don't sing with other bands. And then when I looked at him, we learned his song, and he came up and they stayed. All Jonas Brothers, they stayed, they performed. That was beautiful.
It's huge.
Opening the IPL, the first IPL.
Yeah.
World Military Games. Did that launch. 3 IFAs. I launched IFA Rocks. In fact, we did Macau and Bangkok and Yorkshire. My own concert in Vegas at the Venetian.
Yeah.
Winning these awards for the Inca Award, winning the WOW Award.
Yeah.
That's too many. My one regret, and I mean regret, was not writing down every single time I was on stage. I've been doing it since I was 5.5. So that's my one regret.
Yes.
Yeah. I got some Femina Award for some 2,600 shows which they locked. So I must have done at least 4,000, 5,000 by now. So,
my God.
Could have shown off a lot, yeah. Singing with Brett Lee, singing with Hugh Jackman. I've done, it's been a great ride.
Man, you've been there, done that. Yeah. Tell me, what would have been the most trying times for you when you probably had to face situations when literally it was a show must go on moment and you had to pull yourself up and get on with things?
I'm a serious Jesus girl. I can tell you the number of moments. Like I've had serious illnesses. I've lost my voice for 13 months.
13 months?
13 months. It was very, very bad. And I had to get it back.
And when you say lost your voice, as in
the nodular development had started on the voice. So I had to learn dancing. So then I used to dance in shows. Then I slowly had to bring the voice back. I've had some serious illnesses hit me. It's been a wild ride.
Wow. Now, how do you then medically also, how did you get the confidence that it's all going to be fine?
I do have parents who are doctors, so it's easier.
So then
like
it was easier.
But literally, the show had to go on. There was no other way to do it.
How do you pull yourself up?
I would pray. I pray. Yeah. And I feel divine presence. I felt being carried onto stage, come off stage and collapsed.
Oh.
So I had to cancel one show once when I had a very serious disease, and the body just couldn't handle it. And to understand that you had to do that was heartbreaking because I physically couldn't stand. So in my life, I have had to cancel one show. But otherwise, no matter what, I've been out there.
Wow. Tell me, there are so many singers, who were your contemporaries, and I will never say rivalry because you have or never had that mindset, so all of you all coexisted, and so many of them that of course, I have also met,
Yeah.
but so many of them who are not actively working or in any way a part of the industry anymore. Um, what do you think is required as a most important quality? It could be one or a couple of things that's important for any artist to have longevity in their career, and not.
It's interesting. Look, firstly, if you've decided to be in the industry,
Yeah.
the effort it has to be there. But I really think destiny plays a huge part. I think it's takdeer hai to hai, ho jayega.
Really?
I think I really think if it's written, it will be.
Mm.
I was just watching an interview the other day. Someone was talking about Diljit Dosanjh, and it's interesting. You've known me. I've done shows with 5 people in the crowd thinking I'm in a 40,000 stadium, and he's done that. So I've already won I rehearsed my first Grammy speech when I was 6.5 years old in the bathroom, and I changed my Grammy speech every year.
Oh my
I've
God.
given myself many Grammys over the years, and how I'm going to dress up. What last year I was a part of a trio internationally that was in the Grammy lobby as well for a song. And I've done that, but over everything else, there's nothing greater in my life than my son,
No.
and that changes everything. And he's the one that I'm helping with his dream, and he's the one that reminds me, Mama, you remember your Grammy dream. So
Oh, that's adorable.
I've given myself every award in the world. So
Mhm.
longevity is
Yeah.
that. But what happens when you're talking about the longevity, the way
Yes.
you're talking about it, is that you're measuring success according to someone else's idea of it. I mean, I keep singing everywhere I go. I do that
Yeah.
wherever I go, wherever I am. I'm always
Yeah.
singing, always doing it.
Then why are there so many artists who probably may have had a career of probably a decade of great time, and then there are those who've gone on for 40 years, 50 years plus, and still actively doing live shows, creating new music.
In
Why
India,
is it so?
it's the film industry. It kind of sort of is how music is viewed in the industry now. Luckily,
Yeah.
even you take even your Badshahs and everyone, they've all done film songs.
Yes.
But you look at a person like my absolute favorite, Palash Sen, Euphoria, not been given his due in the industry, but look at him.
Yeah.
He's fabulous.
Oh yes.
And I actually had him on my last album, and I am a huge fan.
No.
And he's just keeping on doing what he has to do.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. And the more stages we get, the more we'll get.
Mm. I also think it has a lot to do with the discipline with which you have conducted your life and
I'm
your
not
daily.
disciplined at all.
No, then you cannot be the way you are, Manasi.
I'm now learning discipline. My God, it's like
don't
I'm
say
now
that.
learning breath work and waking up at 4:30 in the morning and doing all sorts of things. And oh no, I'm not disciplined at all. It's just, I think it's been second nature since you're an army brat.
Yeah.
Because I had the kind of energy that I have. You played many sports. I think the only sport I've not played is tennis and squash. And
Hemant will play with you. He knows.
Dude, when I started playing badminton, there's something in my brain that shuts off because I jump away from the shuttle and rather into it. So there's something with rackets and balls that just doesn't work in my brain. Yeah. But I guess learning to love what you do, because the only time that I understood discipline in my life was we had to wake up at 4:30 in the morning to get a good horse, because horses, it gets hot for them.
Yes.
That has stayed with me because I love waking up when the world doesn't. So I'm still trying to do a 72 days straight right now of many things. It's not happening. So something will break down. Till I was 33, I never had alcohol, never did. And then wine happened. Never. I just never drank. And now it's like I made up for the last 30 years in the last 10 years.
You compensated it.
Yeah, totally. But it's like where people believe, I'm also working with the concept of discipline. As long as there's something every day in your day that you're excited about, you're disciplined. So it's
fair.
4:30 in the morning, uth jao, ya party kar lo 3 baje tak, whichever thing you're doing, whatever you don't apologize for and you're excited about.
Yeah.
Whatever is something that you do and never take anybody else's idea of what you should and shouldn't do.
Yeah.
Then you're disciplined. Then it's you to you. And you've been given this one life, right? All you owe to anyone or anything is to yourself.
Yes.
Is to look at yourself in the mirror every day and say you love yourself.
Yeah.
For me,
you did good.
With kids, it becomes luckier. We just know we're good people when we look at our kids, right?
Yeah.
But I think discipline is just to to remind yourself every single day, to tell yourself every single day that you're perfectly all right.
Yeah.
Any state that you're at. That is the only sort of discipline I follow.
Tell me one song that comes to your mind which best.
With this voice, wow.
I'm not going to let you go. No
yeah,
matter
no,
how
do
bad
it.
your voice is,
So-
but I had to hear you.
So please see the video Bloom. I wrote the lyrics with
Yes.
Anish Kera. It's beautiful. And my whole idea in life is exactly what we've been talking about. So there's a line in the Bible, the word is God. It started with that the word is everything. Before you speak it out into the world, just think. Those are the lyrics. And so the song that comes to mind in this situation, find your light, follow your soul, find your way back home. Love a little more, that's your way back home. Bloom. That's what it
Oh
is.
my God. You can just
Thank
give
you,
me
thank you,
goosebumps.
Thank you.
Manasi, you have been a real inspiration. And
Likewise. Likewise, the WOW Awards, and very few people in the industry who are performers who are now doing events give the freedom for me to perform the way that I did in WOW Awards.
Oh my.
And I remember there was another young girl performing with me, and
Yes.
she and I knew each other well.
Yeah.
And I told her, I said, I need 2 minutes to go change. And everybody else like, you can't change in 30 seconds and come back. And she went, she will. By the time I did the third change, this young singer stopped singing because she was like, what?
Is this
And
for
we-
real?
and we went for it. Like after a long time, I got to do that kind of a show. no?
Yeah. No,
So-
but I have to take this moment to tell you that when that whole concept, when we were creating Learn and Lead, I knew that you need to be so sporting and so giving to be able to agree to share stage with a younger talent, and do it for the larger concept that
Yeah,
we all
yeah.
keep saying that, come up with an idea. But
Yeah.
when someone comes up with an idea, not many support it.
Yeah.
But you were the first one who came to my mind, and I was
Thank
like,
you.
I'm going to reach out to Manasi. and
Anytime.
I'm going to take the advantage that I have, that I know somebody who's simply
you.
spectacular.
Thank you.
And please keep doing what you're doing of finding new talent.
Yes.
And not just pushing your career goals, which
Yeah.
are anyways up there,
Yeah.
but also giving that big opportunity.
Thank you.
It means a lot.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you for
Mansi.
having me. Thank you for having me. That's love.